So, can I invite you please to stand up? Thank you. And we'll just have a bit of a, as Helen has just said, a bit of a limbering session. So just roll your head around for me, please, everyone. Just glancing at the comments, I see we've been joined by Nina. Hello, Nina. Hello to everyone. And, of course, hello to everyone watching later on as well. This session will be broadcast 6 hours hence. So those of you who are watching this one, hello to all of you as well. Just roll the shoulders round for me, everyone. And then up to your ears. Deep breath, and as you breathe out, let your shoulders fall and relax. Excellent. And just roll the head around again. Stretch the muscles out. Thank you very much. We're going to start here, and we're going to go up a minor third and down again. Okay, let's give ourselves a bit of an acoustic and hum together. Now an and let's have an air. And one more, back to the minor, and okay, that is splendid. Now we're going to start in just a moment. Please make sure we've got everything we need for the session. In particular, a nice cold drink. There was a lot of ice in this when I came in here. There is none left. Not bad for 10 minutes. Okay. So, Altos, a very, very good afternoon. Welcome to your session. This is actually the last teaching session for this Lark Ascending. And tomorrow afternoon, we'll all come together at 3 o'clock and sing the whole thing through. And then it's over to you to start recording. Remember, tomorrow afternoon, actually tomorrow evening, I should say, we will be broadcasting the conversation that I had with Charles, our Lark. And it was a great, great chat. I do commend the conversation to you. We spoke about the origins of the piece, the influences, some of the techniques, how we recorded this particular version for you, and much more besides. So well worth your time. It's only about 40 minutes and a really, really nice chat. Don't forget, on Saturday, 5 p.m. UK time, we will be premiering the Mozart Mass in C minor, an absolutely amazing performance, a landmark performance of the work. The first time it's been recorded at Baroque pitch with an organ, the first time it's been recorded in its entirety by a digital choir, and I have to say, everyone, it sounds amazing. Just wait till you hear those fast fugues. Your jaw will be on the floor, largely because you're going to be singing but anyway, it's absolutely wonderful. Join us for that, and of course the Mass of Life next week. But we're singing this afternoon the Lark Ascending, and we will be starting on page 14, everyone. 14, which is section 3, and we have sections 3, 4 and the solos to look at this afternoon, so we do need to press on. Having said that, the bulk of the work was on Tuesday. There was a lot to get through then. Thank you for your patience with that. Now, the good news about page 14 is we don't sing on it unless we're a soloist. So we're going to come back and do the solos at the end of this rehearsal. We come in altos on page 15, okay, over the page. And I would suggest with this, you follow the alto solo along and you hear the alto solo sing. So she sings, singing, and your note there, the F natural, is just there. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing and play for you from your entry on page 15. Now note you are the third line up from the bottom. It's worth circling the part there so you know which line you're on, and we're going to go to figure 23. So it is 1, 2. Okay, now, a couple of things to point out there. First of all, the first bar on page 16 is not a 6/8 bar, 1 and 2, and it's a 9/8 bar. 1 and 2 and 3, and so that will catch you out unless you circle that 9/8, or even do as I've done, write a great big 9/8 at the start of the bar to remind you there's effectively 3 long beats in that bar instead of 2. The other thing here is, well, it's marked legato, so it's got to sound like tremolo strings. Now let's look at that rhythm, because people see semiquavers and they automatically panic, but there's nothing to worry about here because we're in a fairly slow tempo. It's a 1 and 2. So with me, and again, again, one more time, and the faster it goes, the lighter those semiquavers need to be. So it is 1, 2, lovely, and then the next one is the same, but it goes up at the end. Okay, so it's sing from the last bar on page 15, alto part, and lovely. That's a very, very short note there at figure 23. So let's sing, please, from your entry on page 15. Remember, all the third line up. Coming in here, soft and smooth. Nice deep breath. 1, 2. Lovely. If you can do that in one breath, that's great. Otherwise, stagger the breathing. Just try and avoid breathing at the end of the second bar of that phrase, because that's the obvious place to take a breath. Now, we're at figure 23, and notice we are all together. No first and second alto split, I believe, at all in section 3. So relatively straightforward, which is good. So now we sing at figure 23. Remember, third line up, we sing 1. Singing, singing. That goes over the page. Listen again. It's 1, 1. Okay, so just be careful. The second one goes below the note. Singing. All right, let's sing from figure 23. Do pay attention, please, to the dynamic singing with a nice big crescendo up and diminuendo down. Ready? And 1. Singing, singing. Excellent. Well done. Now then, we are at the top of page 17 and doing really very well indeed. Just over 2 pages to go on this section. Now, till his heaven fills. Okay, looks more complicated than it actually is. I'm going to play it for you. This is the second bar on the page, or the third line up again. So it's 1, till his heaven fills. Listen to that again. It's 1. Now that business with the 4 above the notes, it just means treat it like semiquavers. If you've got a beat like that, and then you see 4, it's ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, 1 2 3 4 1, 1 2 3 4 1. If you see the 2 over, it's fitting 2. It's just basic quavers, 1 and 2 and 1. So it's till his heaven fills. All right, let's sing that together now. Now, do please again observe the dynamics, and we'll do this a couple of times. So deep breath, and 1, till his heaven fills. And we're crescendoing through, because in a minute we've got a tricky little bit which we'll spend a bit of time on. So let's do that again. Till his heaven, with those lovely dynamics. Deep breath, and 1, till his heaven fills. Excellent. Well done, altos. Now then, this section between animato at the top and 25 is moderately tricky. Okay, so we're going to break this down into chunks. We're not going to try and sing it first. We're going to sing the notes for now to bar. We're going to go bar, bar with me, and bar, bar, and again, and bar, bar. Lovely. So the first one. Now we're going to go bar, bar. Ready, and bar, bar. Excellent. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to sing the same thing, but we're going to imagine the beat is on the second note. So it is 1, 2, bar, bar. 1, 2, bar, bar. And again, 1, 2, bar, bar. Lovely. Now, the next pattern is almost exactly the same, except the last note is 1 tone higher. So sing that for me. Ready? After 2, 1, 2, bar, bar. And again, 1, 2, bar, bar. Lovely. Now let's go back to the beginning. We're still singing it to bar. We'll take the B off in a minute, but it just helps produce the note. So we're coming in after 2, and this is what it'll sound like. 1, 2, bar, 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 bar. Okay, with me. 1, 2, bar, 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 bar. Lovely job. Well done, you. Excellent job. Now the last little pattern goes like this. Have a listen to it. Again. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do it backwards. We're going to do the last 2, which is just a ding dong. Okay, ready, and lovely. That's a doddle, isn't it? Now let's look at the notes before that. So this is the bar before 25, and this is the second note in that bar. So we're going to go and again, and 1, and again, 1. Lovely stuff. Well done. So all we need to do now is to put the notes at the just before it. So now some of you second altos, you're just gonna have to go for this one. Excuse me, can't even play it. So it is 1, 2, bar, bar, bar with me. Bar, bar, bar. Lovely. Now let's take the B out and change it to M. Ma, ma, ma. Okay, so this is the bar before 25 with the upbeat. 1, 2, ma, 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 and again, ma, ma, ma. Now, let's slowly go through it from the start of those R's animato, and we'll sing them to ma still. So it's 1, 2, ma, 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 and again, ma, 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 ma. Now let's try starting loudly on that first note and getting quieter in the last 3 or 4 notes. Ready? Still to ma. 1, 2, ma, 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 ma. Lovely. You can still be loud at that E, but then calm right down. Super stuff. Now then, let's sing it to ta. Ta. Ready? 1, 2. Ta, 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 ta. Lovely. And now let's sing it to ka. 1, 2. Ka, 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 ka. And again. Ka, 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 ka. And now finally to ah. Are we ready? 1, 2. Ah, 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 ah. Now the only thing we're going to be really careful of there, other than the notes and the rhythm and the words, is that the tempo will shift around there. So we're going to have to practice that little bit a few times when we come to sing it through. It is, I think, the hardest part in the whole piece for the altos, and worth practicing, everyone. All right, so let's run into that. Let's go from Till His Heaven Fills, and so this is going to be from the top of page 17, and we'll then sing into that long note at 25. So after 1 and 1, till his heaven fills. Tricky stuff. Let's do it again. Ready? From his till his heaven. Take a deep breath. And 1, till his heaven fills. wonderful. In fact, just because it is so tricky, let's sing it along with the wonderful Fieri soloist. I'm going to have to scrub a bit through to find it. Should be 8 minutes or so. Okay, let's just get to that. Here we go. Oh, that was a bit too far. There we are. You see what I mean, everyone, about that flexible tempo, okay? Flexible tempo, it slows down towards the end. Like it's kind of slowly coming into the station. Let's just do that one more time. All right, worth spending the time on it. So this is page 16, figure 23. Singing, singing. Okay, 2, 4, 22. There you are. All right, now I know that's tricky. Please do put a bit of time in, practice, and then when you're ready, record. Bearing in mind this third chunk isn't very long. There's no first and second alto split. It just has that tricky little core, and it's I think the rest is all good fun. Now let's pick it up from 26, everyone. Figure 26, just before. Such a lovely line, this. So we've got semi-quavers and quavers mixed in with the triplets. So it is 1, singing, singing, till his heaven fills. Okay, let's break that down into chunks. Let's do till his heaven fills. So it's 1, till his heaven fills. Sing with me, and 1, till his heaven fills, and again 1, till his heaven fills. Excellent. Now let's look at the beginning of that phrase, just for 26. Sing, sing, with me, sing. So we've got 2 notes next to each other. Then a leap, next to each other, and a leap. Sing, and 1. Sing, and again 1. Sing. Okay, fabulous. People are asking which instrument plays the peach 17-bit. It's the strings. Okay. Okay, so from just till 26, sing along with me, and 1, sing, singing till his heaven fills. Excellent. So it's just a bit of counting needing now, I think. Once you get up to that C, it's a count of 3 long beats and an extra, so count 4 effectively. Singing, singing. And fills as a count of 3. All right, let's sing that together. Upbeat to 26, and 1. Sing, sing, sing. Sorry, I made a hash of that. And again, and 1. Sing, sing, till his heaven fills. Lovely, and a little answering phrase going over the page. His heaven fills. To just wrap it up. All right, so let's sing again from the top of 26. Okay, third bar, and 1. Sing, singing. No, it's not singing, singing, singing. I'll get it right this time. I bet you got it right. And 1. Sing, singing till his heaven fills. His heaven fills. Excellent, doing really well, altos. Now, our next note is a D here at the top of page 19. So we count after the fills, it's 2, 1. Just a straightforward little D, nice and soft, just providing a bit of support for the violin. Sing for me, and 1. Lovely. Now, in terms of where to come in on that, you're listening out for the tenors going, "'Tis love of ah." They give you your note on of. "'Tis love of ah." And then at 28 we sing, "'Tis love of earth that he instills." Okay, you basically bring the section to a close. Sing that for me at 28. And 1. "'Tis love of earth that he instills." Lovely. With the hairpins as well, please. "'Tis love of earth that he instills." And pull back there. All right. Now that is section 3, altos. For the most part, lots and lots of lovely melodic singing, with just that tricky little bit on the R in the middle. So let's sing it through. There is no first or second alto split. We're going to take it from the top of page 14, everyone, from the start of section 3. There is some lovely solo work to be done later, but that's later. Okay, so here we go. Back to the top of page 14, and let's enjoy. We'll sing along with Sarah, I think, just because she's a bit louder. Here we go. Here's the alto solo. So 2 bars, 1 and 2 and. There we are, altos. Okay, a lovely, lovely part. No splits, just focusing on getting the nicest possible sound. You actually have, I think, more of the melody, more of the words here than any of the other parts. You're an essential part here, so do enjoy that. Now, we need to press on because we've got lots and lots to do. We have section 4 now to learn. So can we all look at the top of page 20? And you'll see here there is a bit of first and second alto split, particularly when we go on to pages 21 and 22. But we'll start all together here at figure 29. Now, the violin plays before we come in at 29. Those 3 notes. Now, your next note is the note that the violin starts on, which is quite convenient and handy. So we sing. Now that was first alto. We'll look at the second alto part in a moment, but let's break that down into chunks, shall we? Let's do the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 bars. So it is. Okay, we'll stop on the F sharp there. Stagger the breathing, keep it nice and soft, but nice and resonant. 1, 2. Lovely, well done. We then dip down to the D and we sing. Okay, just those notes. So this is two bars and a beat before figure 30. And a 1. Super. Can we sing from 29 then to the bar after figure 30? Ready? 1, 2. Lovely stuff. Well done. Now, first altos in the last 2 bars and the little upbeat, it's okay, so it's a little quaver D up to the E, crescendoing to the G, crescendoing to a sudden, very, very quiet G. So it is. And it's not like earlier on when we hit the note and died away. You've got to be instantly quiet at the start of that G. So it just takes a bit of extra support. Sing with me, please. First altos, last 2 bars and the upbeat on page 20. 1, 2. And we hold that note for 4 full beats. We're listening out above us for like leaves fluttering down. So we don't stop singing until Charles has come to a stop there. Okay. Now, second altos, very similar, but instead of but we're singing either at a 4th or a 3rd away. So again, from the last 2 bars and the little quaver beat of page 20, we've just sung an E. We sing. Listen again. Now, on its own, it's fine, but just listen to the in context. And the reason I played that is that note clashes with the basses very nicely, but just be aware that's the major 7th, and it's really nice. So let's go straight in at figure 30, the last 4 bars of that page, and we'll be second altos here. Ready? 1, 2. Really, really nice bit for altos. Now we are at figure 31, and let's now sing as first altos to figure 33. So 31 to 33. First, you've just sung that G. We drop down to the E at 31, and we sing an Okay, we've just sung we're now singing Start piano crescendoing, and we sing. Okay, so start quietly, crescendo, and then again subito piano on an So please, from 31, and again we hold that for 8 beats, and so it's a really lovely. Now at 32, first altos, and that last note there is the first note of figure 33. Okay, so up and up, 2, 3, 4, Okay, now note the crescendo there from 32. This time there's no subito piano. He's done that twice, so the 3rd time, because he's a genius, 3rd time he crescendos to forte, and everyone just goes, because it's amazing. Let's sing from 32. Ready? After 2, 1, 2. done, everyone. Thank you. So that's the first alto part. Now, second alto part is much the same. If we go back to the top of page 21, figure 31, we've just been singing an E there. So we drop down to a nice low G. So we sing. It's a nice part for altos, isn't it? So from 31 and super. Same as with first altos, crescendoing through, and as soon as we get to the right back down, very, very soft indeed, and sustaining that note to the end. Now then, from 32, almost identical to the first alto part, but instead of going to the G, we drop back down to the E. Sing for me from figure 32, please. Second altos, and let's do that again without me massacring that poor innocent note. From 32, 1, 2. Lovely stuff. Well done, everyone. That's absolutely brilliant. Now then, we are at figure 33. Wait, don't we hold the G at bar 196? Yes, absolutely, that's what we did. And just double checking, 196. Yep, we do indeed. And then at 33 we drop down. Okay, we were holding it for 2 bars there, which may have caused confusion. That note we finished on there is the first note of figure 33. All right, sorry if there was any confusion there. Now then, we have another section of first and second alto, but only for a couple of bars, and it's not a huge amount different. So let's go from figure 33, that note we finished there on. Okay, a little bit angular, a little bit tricky. Makes a bit more sense with that bass note. So it is. Let's split it into 2 halves. So just those first 5 notes. And again. Lovely. We then drop down a tone for the next phrase, which is listen. And with me, and 1. Let's do the whole thing from 33, nice and loud, and excuse me, and again. Excellent, well done. Now that is the first alto part. The second part goes. Okay, first part is, well, it's basically the same thing, just with a couple of notes different. Is the first phrase with me, and again. Then we reset. With me. Lovely. So the whole second alto line from figure 33. 1, 2. Excellent job. Well done, altos. Fabulous stuff. And just glancing ahead, There's not a lot more. There's one more bit of first and second split, and everything else is together and really very, very melodic. So we're doing really, really well. I think we're almost caught up, which is brilliant. Now, our valley, his golden cup, his golden cup. This is gorgeous. You're going to really like this bit. We've landed on an A, and we sing, our valley, his golden cup, his golden cup. Isn't that nice? Okay, let's break it down into chunks. Our valley, his gold. To sing that for me. And our valley, his gold. Again, one. Our valley, his gold. Lovely. Now, from goal, gold. Just that. Gold. And again, gold. Again, gold. Now, it carries on. Gold again, gold, and then we just add two notes on the end, and cup. So golden cup with me, golden cup. Now let's go from our valley, his gold. So from the last note, top line of 22 altos, and one. Our valley, his golden cup. Excellent. And then to finish the page, his golden cup. Now the best way to think about that is we start that third bar on a D on cup, drop down to the A, and then back to that same note. Cup, his golden cup. You hear that note comes back, the low B, and then we go back to it. So let's go straight in at cup, shall we, everyone? The last three bars of 22. And cup, his golden cup. Excellent job. Little diminuendo through the last phrase. Again, the last three bars of that page. And cup, his golden cup. Great stuff. Let's go from our valley. Last note on the top line. Excuse me. I'm going to play it through. So, our valley, and one. Our valley, his golden cup, his golden cup. Excellent. Place the cup, as it were, just very, very delicately. Imagine it's a bone china cup. Place it just so. Okay. Now then, over the page to 23. We've just sung a B. Important to remember that note for this tiny, tiny bit of first and second alto split. So first alto straight in at 23. So it is with me, and obviously you can hear as we descend, we want to make it richer. So once more, and lovely. And second altos, we've just sung a B at cup, and we just sing with me, and nice and straightforward, I think, that bit. Now a little bit of tuney goodness. Our valley, his golden cup. Don't complain that this is a boring alto part. It really has one of the best I think I've ever seen. So it is one. Our valley, his golden cup. Let's break that down into chunks first of all. And one. Ah, valley. Make sure it's a nice big ah sound, valley. Okay, if you sing it with a tight mouth, it's going to be a tight sound. You might not even get all the way up there. Make sure it's a drop your jaw, ah, valley. Ready, and one. Ah, valley. See, you'll sing it much nicer than I did. And then, his golden cup. Listen to it. With me, and his golden cup. So let's put it all together. Our valley. Ready, and one. Our valley, his golden cup. And make sure you diminuendo through that. And we hold cup for 3 beats, but be aware the tempo picks up. Okay, because we get the violin playing this. Da, 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 which we sang earlier on. Alright, so cup will last for 3 beats, but it'll feel more like 2 1/4 beats. Okay, fabulous. Now we pick up the tune from the violin, which is very, very nice of Charles. So we hold cup, and he the wine which overflows. Now I should be able to do that in one breath and not breathe between the last 2 notes. So let's sing that together. 1, 2. And he the wine which overflows. Crescendoing on those last 2 notes there. Sing it with me. It's marked Express, which makes me realise I need a sip of coffee. Ha 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 ha. Now we need to sing it very expressively. And he the wine which overflows. It's so well written, this. Huge breath. 1, 2. And he the wine which overflows. I love the harmonies in this. Now we follow that at 36 with a gorgeous forte line. He the wine which overflows. Isn't that gorgeous? Listen to it again. 1. And it's all forte until flows, where we suddenly bring it down. Sing with me. He the wine from 36 and 1. He the wine. Excuse me. Wrong note. We'll start on the right note, England. And 1. He the wine which overflows. Isn't it lush? It's lovely. Let's go back. Let's treat ourselves, because we're worth it, Altos. We don't have much more to do, actually. Doing very nicely. Let's go from And He the Wine at the top of 23. Because it's a nice bit. Ready? 1, 2. And he the wine which overflows. He the wine which overflows. Excellent. And the rest of the choir do this lovely harmonic shift. And then we have so the first bar, next door neighbours, then minor thirds, and then rising up the scale. Let's sing that together, all very soft and very, very smooth. And lovely. And as you're rising, just let it sort of gently get softer there. Fabulous stuff. Okay, now then, we're on the bottom line of 24. Now, we're listening out for Josh's solo. Till lost, lost. As he goes up to the high note, we come in here on an A. Now, picking this note out is a bit tricky unless you listen to Josh. gives us a B. So if you fixate on that B, think one tone down. He does actually briefly sing it, okay? And then we come in on that Pay no attention to what the tenors and bass are doing. They don't really give you... Well, the tenors actually give you a little bit of help because they're singing the same note, but it can get lost in the murk a little bit. So, till lost, okay? In on that A, and then we climb to a C, and we're there for a count of 5. Then we're up to an E, and we're there for a count of 5. And that brings us off at 39. Let's go from just after we've sung. In fact, let's go from the bottom line of 24. From our entry straight in. So ready, and... 2, 1, 2, 1. Figure 39. Now at 39 the tempo slows right down. Right down. We get a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. And then we've got the last little bit of first and second alto split. And what's really nice is if you're listening out to the soprano solo, that's effectively what you come in and do. But a third, sorry, an octave lower. So your line, last 2 bars of 25, this is 3 after figure 29, and this is the first alto. It's 1, 2, excuse me, I'll play it properly. All those clashes against the G's. Sing with me, please. From Then the Fancy Sings. Last 2 bars of 25. First alto. And 1, 2. Gorgeous. Now the second alto part's the same words, same rhythm, same dynamic, but just a third lower. Okay, let's sing that together. Ready, and... Excellent. You're really going to love recording that bit with the to be in the middle of that harmony. Oh, lush, lush. Now then, we've sung E and C, and literally the last 4 bars for you altos is here in the second bar after 40. We're on a B. So we wait for the rest of the choir to go, and we sing. And we come off at the page turn. So we don't sing at all on that last page. Okay? It's quite something. It's a really lovely moment. So the count on the when we don't come in with the rest of the choir, we come in halfway through their note. So we hold that B, that first one for a count of 5, and the second one for a count of 3. So let's just practice coming in there. So we get... So looking forward to hearing this all put together. Let's sing through section 4 once as Alto 1, and then again as Alto 2. Then we've got the solos to do, then we're going to sing it all the way through. Just so you know, we are going to overrun today by about 10 minutes, I should think. So estimated time of finishing this rehearsal will be about 4:40 p.m. UK time. If you have to go, absolutely fine. Excuse me. Just bear in mind, we are going to sing through both alto parts in their entirety from the beginning, with me conducting specifically your parts. So these are going to form the basis of the conducting tracks, and I think will be really useful resources for you to sing along with. So we're going to go back to the top of page 20, everyone. Top of 20, we're going to go in at figure 29, and it's there's your note. Now remember, the violin plays to take you in. Okay, here we go. So this is 8:40 or so. In fact, I'll go slightly before. So this is the end of section 3. We come in on a tone higher. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fabulous. I have to say, I think that Then the Fancy Sings is one of the most beautiful alto parts I think I've ever heard anywhere. I stonking stuff. Now let's sing that again from an alto 2 perspective. And we've got some solos to learn, and then that's it for the teaching. We'll sing it all the way through. Okay, so back to 8 minutes, and about 8 minutes 30, I reckon. Give us a bit of a run in. So 3 notes rising, and Alto 2, remember? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you are, altos. Well done. Such beauty. So gorgeous. I keep saying, I think this is going to be one of the greatest things Cry of the Earth have recorded ever. Ever, ever, ever. What a piece. Okay, so let's quickly blast through the solo parts, everyone. And remember, you don't have to record these, but they are really, really nice. And you are very welcome to. We are obviously going to have a Fieri version where it's Cry of the Earth doing chorus, Fieri doing the solos, but we'll also have a Cry of the Earth version where you just do everything. So if you are able to record this, please, please, please consider doing so. So now, page 10 is the first bit of alto solo, and we'll learn them, we'll sing them through with the soloist, and we'll just jump through, and then we'll sing the whole thing twice, everyone. All right? Now then. So if you just look at the last 2 bars of page 8, everyone, the soprano solo sings. Okay, we know that tune because we've sung it already. Over onto page 9, our line goes. Okay, so we do take that little R at the end of the, or in the middle of the 4th bar. So it is. Okay, sing that with me. And. One. Okay, fabulous. Let's have a go at that. Now, actually, as I think about it, I need to just check I've got the right version here. Because we did have a little bit of an issue where that solo was given to the soprano rather than to the alto. No, that, dear sir, is the Mass of Life, and that's the wrong folder. Summer School 2022, that's this. Week 3. Fury version. Just bear with me a moment, everyone. Here we go. Right, so alto solo louder side. Okay, should be the right version. So here we go, everyone. So we're going to skip through and we'll jump in somewhere around the bottom of page 8, hopefully. Here we go. I feel like Doctor Who and the TARDIS. Not sure where we're going to land. Should be somewhere around it. If we land in Roman Britain, someone tell me. Okay. Oh, that's way too early. Okay, this is figure 9. So last 4 bars of page 8. Last 3 bars. So here comes the soprano solo and 2 bars before us. Ready, alto solo. And... and 4 and 1. Excellent. There we go. Now it just occurs to me, Mark, if you're still there, can you just point out to Josh we're missing an R there in the 4th bar after 10? Okay, can we get that reissued so it doesn't cause any confusion? Let's just have that little bit again, please, altos. So ready from figure 10 and... and 1. There you are. Okay, that's the solo part. It's not the end of the world if you don't record it, but it'd be really nice to have it as written. Now then, over to page 11, please, altos. Okay, bit of lovely tune there for you, along with the soprano singing the octave above. So this is figure 15 at the bottom of page 11. The silver chain of sound of many links without a break. Okay, now notice it starts mezzo piano and crescendos to break. I'll sing it the octave below. Sing with me. 1, 2. The silver chain of sound of many links without a break. And all the way through to the end of that bar. Just one thing to be really careful of. In that note of the high D, the tempo in the last half of that bar is going to just pull back. So although it's written as 2 beats, it'll feel more like 2.5. Just bear that in mind because I want the K in just the right place. Make the links, da, 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 make them nice and excited. Let's sing that again. The silver chain. 1, 2. The silver chain of sound of many links without a break. Great. Let's sing that, shall we? So whereabouts is a good place to jump in. 6 minutes thereabouts. Here we go. Okay, it's the top of page 11. Pain of sound. Here's the violin. 1, 2. Silver chain of sound of many links without a break. See what I mean? Tempo just pulling back in the last moment. Just one more time. because you deserve it. Great, well done everyone. Now then, over onto page 14. Got a really nice line here, Altos. Really nice. You get the bulk of the solo here in section 3. So let's look at this. So this is top of page 14. We sing after 4 bars. You listen to the violin going. What are we on? A. And we sing singing, 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 singing. Not the easiest part, but lovely nonetheless. So let's look at the first 2 bars. So it's singing, singing. 1, 2. Singing, singing. Lovely. Then singing, singing. Sing that for me from bar 1 to 1. Second line. 1, 2. Singing, singing. Fabulous. So now from figure 21, listen. Singing. Ready from 21 and singing. Splendid. And now the last one, listen. Probably the trickiest of all. Let's do the first bar. See, that's not a problem with me. And see. Now, the second bar of that. Pa 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 pa. Ya ta 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 ta. Ya ta 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 ta. And then A in the middle. So from the start of the line, singing with me and singing. Well done. Very well done. Let's oh, and there's one more over the page. So we sing 1 singing at the start of page 15. It's that third line down, so it is singing. Okay? People are going, wow, this is hard. Yes, it is. It's a solo line, but I really do commend it to you. It's worth recording. It really is. Just think of all those times you've been stuck on one note, altos, for about half an hour. This makes up for it, I think. So let's sing from bar 5 on page 14. 1, 2. Singing, 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 singing. 1, 2, 1. Singing. Superb. Now we have 3 bars where the rest of the choir come in, and we've got one more little bit of solo, and then that's it until the last couple of pages. So this really is the substantial bulk for you here, altos. So in bar 1, 3, 4, which is the first bar of page 16, we sing 1 singing till his heaven fills. Okay, listen to that slowly. So from R, so it is 1 singing till his heaven fills. Okay, it kind of makes sense in the context of what we've been doing so far. Just be careful about where you're placing the various words. So have a go at it with me from the start of 16 and 1 singing till his heaven fills. Okay, let's sing it through with the soloist from the top of page 14. And this is a bit that's, I think, very much worth practicing. I know many of you work really hard at your singing, and this is a really good piece to practice on, to get your alto voice. It stretches you at every possible opportunity. So let's have a sing through. 2, 1, 2.
Sing, 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 sing.
1, 2, 1. Now 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous line. Not the easiest part. Some of you might want to record the solo and leave that middle section up, but I really do hope you will have a go at it. Okay, really, just sing it, submit it, because it is lush. Now then, the last little bit, it's literally the last 8 bars to teach, and then we've taught the whole thing. It's all recorded for every single voice part. I'll have sung every single note. So let's turn everyone to page 25 and we'll finish this off, okay? Now, and if in doubt, look, remember, you've got, Anne said quite rightly, it's hard, it's the rhythm. It is. But you've got these tracks, so practice along and try my trick of clicking the main beat. Da 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 da, and that will really, I think, help crystallize it, bring it into focus, and just practice along with the tracks. That's why they're here. Yeah, think about how often you get to work with tracks like this. You don't. You just don't. It's only with choirs like this where you can just practice it again and again and again. Take it back, take it forwards, as ever you need. Okay, so now we're at page 25, everyone. And we've got this, then the fancy sings, then the fancy sings, fancy sings. So this is it. It's 1. Then the fancy sings, then the fancy sings, fancy sings. Compared to what we've just done, it's a doddle, isn't it? It's 1. Then the fancy sings, then the fancy sings, fancy sings. Okay, let's do the first one together from figure 39 and 1. Then the fancy sings. One more time for luck. I'm going to have go. Let's sing at your pitch. And 1. The fancy sings. Lovely. And then the fancy sings. Ready? And 1. Then the fancy sings. And the last one. Fancy sings. Gorgeous, isn't it? Let's sing together from the start of that, and then we can sing it with the soloist. And 1. The fancy sings, then the fancy sings, fancy sings. That's it. Great stuff. Now let's sing it with the soloist. So your note is there. Let's have a little run into it, shall we? So bar before and 1. And there you have it, everyone. Thank you so much. That is the teaching. So all that it remains for us to do is to sing it through twice from the beginning. As I say, this is going to take us about 25 minutes to do both sing-throughs. If you have to leave us, I completely understand, but do, if you can, stay and sing with us all the way from the beginning. We're going to do Alto 1, then Alto 2, and we will then be able to tie a lovely bow on this gorgeous piece, this gift to Choir of the Earth, which itself will be a gift to the world once we've recorded it. A very, very special performance. So, quick sip of drink. Now, I have, over the course of the last week, I've gone through all of these parts. I've sung it all. I've played it all with you. This time I'm just going to conduct. So I'll turn the sound down. You won't hear the fan, thank goodness. And I will conduct just your part. Okay? Somebody might even one day do an 8 bends conducting version of this. But not if they've got any sense. So, from the very beginning, you'll notice there, altos, this will be an Alto 1 sing-through. I really hope you've enjoyed learning this. As I say, I think this karmically makes up for all of those times where we sang Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo, in excelsis, that kind of thing. You've actually finally got a really nice line you can get your teeth into, and I hope you've enjoyed learning it. So let's sing it. There's the Alto 1 note, and here is the start of the piece. Enjoy.
love of earth that he instills. And he the wine which overflows, he the wine which
Forgive me, everyone. We are overrunning, so I will allow it to play all the way to the very end on the last playthrough, which of course will be an Alto 2, which will start in a moment. I just want to double check something. Lucy's got a question. Were the do's in bars 87 and 89? Let me just turn back to that. The Fieri singer seems to be just oohing. Do do do. I thought I heard some do's. It may well be the compression here on the track. Do 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 do. Please, I mean, do do follow the track. I'm pretty certain she's put the D's in at the do's, but otherwise just follow the track. All right, great question. Let's go from the very beginning, and yes, I promise we'll play it all the way through for this second Alto sing through. Thanks again for being part of this course, everyone. I just loved it. I hope you have as well. Do join me tomorrow, of course, 3 o'clock We're going to sing it through twice. We'll have the video up for the second playthrough, and it's going to feel so different on this this playthrough tomorrow. But to finish today, and to finish the teachings, tie a lovely little bow on the Lark, as it were, let's have the second alto sing through with Sarah. Here we go, everyone.
till his heaven fills. Singing, singing till his heaven fills, his heaven fills. 'Tis love of earth, 'tis love of earth that instills. And he the wine which overflows, he the wine which overflows.
Well, Altos, there you have it. The full sing through of the Alto 2 parts, and with that, I'm delighted to bring the teaching for the Lark Ascending to a close. It has been a gorgeous week of music. I do appreciate, as per your comments, there is some work to be done. We are breaking it down, of course, into 5 chunks so you can attack them in any order you like. And, some work better at different times of day when your voice is warm or where it's nice and low. But whenever you decide to record this, I just hope you hold in your heart the beauty of this piece, the freedom that Vaughan Williams has written into the Lark, and just how beautiful overall it is. So thanks ever so much again. Now, I will see you tomorrow afternoon, those of you that can join us live. And of course, the sessions are all repeated 6 hours later. So whichever session you're at, I do hope you enjoy it. And thanks again for being part of the course. I'll see you for the full sing through. Don't forget tomorrow evening as well, 7 o'clock, conversation with Charles. You really are going to want to meet him. He is the loveliest chap. He is so excited to be part of this project, and we are thrilled and honoured to have him playing for us. Then Saturday, the Mozart C minor concert. Don't miss it. It is astronomically good. And then, of course, Monday, we are launching the Mass of Life. This is our huge summer project, which is going to then stretch into the autumn and beyond with the Bergen Philharmonic. So excited. But in the meantime, let's enjoy the rest of our evening. Let's let our any woes, any cares, just fly free like the lark. Enjoy a good drink of water, stay hydrated, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everyone. See you soon.